Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone 4 Kaiserreich against Ukraine. Let's continue on from we last left off. So we're getting our port. 38 days on you. So you'll be done soon. And again, I don't know if we want to go coalition with the nationalists or we want to dissolve the Rada. Ukrainian unity. Stability, free trade with Ukraine. I mean, I would like to recognize Russia. VIN land reforms. Maybe we do go coalition with a nationalist. Because again, I think we want to do the Grand Coronation. Because you are anti-German. You are pro-Russian. And I think you're the only one that remains somewhat loyal to Berlin. Okay, rifles and carbines. Produced by Alexander Dolgotsky, the film Rifles and Carbines is devoted to a story of the struggle between the Russian white forces under General Trotsky and the forces of the Ukrainian kingdom in 1918 in the south during the Icy Dawn March. The film, which was conceived as an answer to White Guard, doesn't try to point out possible methods of reconciliation, raises by implication the potential for separatists and spies of foreign powers still being hiding among the Ukrainian population, both willing and able to try to exploit its weaknesses. Well, I mean, I want political power, please. If you could stop giving me events that make it bad for us, I would, I'd be happy with that. Give me a research bonus here. Do we have anything to give us more research slots? We have one here, and we have one here. But you can't get both of these, so it'd be one or the other. And then you're all just research bonuses. So we can get one more research slot pretty far down our tree. But we're missing rubber, we're missing tungsten. It's not a big deal. We should be fine. Again, rifles right now, we're making 5.9 per day. It's still 1,300 days until we have enough guns for our army. Both the troops that are actually in the field and the units we're currently training right now. The units we're training, I'll probably put them on the border with Romania. Mostly because I don't trust Romanians. We get a military staff. Expert 125. Army moderates. Do you have anybody who's a genius? I don't think so. Oh, so there was a rebellion somewhere. I didn't actually read where the rebellion was. Well, I'm sure it's not a big deal. But Poland's elected a king. They've elected August the 4th. Are you the German king? Yes, okay. So you should end up joining the Reichspakt. Fantastic for us. Yeah, I think we're going to coalition with the nationalists, and then we're going to get ourselves... Go 2 convoys, 3 on submarine. I think that's a good ratio for us. As well as trade interception. Can I actually leave here? Trade can pass, submarines cannot pass, armies cannot pass, navies can't pass. I don't know if there's anything we can do to force the Ottomans to open up the Black Sea. I would like it if we could, so I can move units out of there eventually. I mean, I guess we could declare war on the Ottomans, but that probably shouldn't be our first priority. I mean, I know the Ottomans can join the Reichspakt, but I think that overall it's pretty rare. Enforcement rates. No, let's go for the production efficiency cap next. Your stability boost. Following that, actually, what do we need for recovery? Federalization, coalition splits, purge the leftists or the red hetman. So we need one of these 4 until we can actually try to solve Black Monday. So we're mostly going to focus on getting our political focuses done. Get our way to coalition splits, succession crisis. As long as we can get our way to the Grand Coronation, that's really all I care about. I mean, after that, I guess all 5 of these we can actually do, no matter which of these we do. So we get some factories off of you. Stability, political power. You are a... You actually don't give us an industry or a spy agency. Spread moderate republicanism. Yeah, it's fine. Not a big deal. We're actually now we're getting 0.37. No matter what, we're not allowed to have political power. We're not allowed to have any. Okay, I do think South Africa will probably end up surviving. I think they have the last. I mean, actually, they only have like 9 divisions. But I think they have 6 months, I want to say, to try to fight off the Entente. Either 6 months or it's like an entire year. I don't quite remember which one it is. I know when we did Socialist South Africa, we actually did not have to fight the Entente. They actually just completely gave up. Okay, so we have 10 more days on you. Okay, so we get some reforms here. We do, this little effect does get replaced at the very end here when the coalition splits. Okay, East Turkestan's now in a civil war. We want East Turkestan to not win, I believe. I think East Turkestan's the one that can join up with Russia, depending on how they actually go about things. So if we can avoid that happening, I'd be happy. Because again, Russia having allies, it's bad. It's not good for us. Yeah, let's get land reforms. But also, we did see that the Zveno did coup in Bulgaria. That is a little bit risky. Because as we know, Zveno is the pro-Russian military group within Bulgaria. So if Bulgaria ends up winning the Balkan War, they could also end up joining with Russia. So everyone in the Balkans right now can potentially be a Russian ally, which is scary. Because it will definitely mean we'll be fighting a two-front war. But Austria should hopefully have enough troops to send down here. I think we probably still want Bulgaria to lose. I think we prefer a Romania, or I think we still prefer a Serbian victory, because I think Romania might be a little bit weaker than Bulgaria. Okay, so you are on your way. What are the rest of our allies doing? You're the Social Democratic. You're not doing too much. Germany's just being... I mean, again, it's still 36, so nothing too crazy's happened quite yet. Okay, you've gone Radical Socialist. I'm trying to think, like, has anything else happened in the world that will kind of change? I mean, I guess we might want to see how the United States goes with their election. If they're going to have a four-way civil war again, what we prefer is a two-way civil war. One in which the Entente wins handedly, or not the Entente. Just probably the federal government wins handily. Like, if it's CSA versus just the federal government, so it's a two-way civil war in which the federal government compromises with law. That's the best situation for us, even though it's very unlikely to happen. But that would be the best. Please crack down. We don't want you. We also don't want solidify control. The land reform, stability war, support Huey Long. Okay, so we are going to be getting the big old civil war. So America, at this point, probably just completely out of the picture. Just because the AI doesn't really ever resolve the Second American Civil War in a timely manner. In a time in which they can actually intervene in the Second Weltkrieg. Oh, so they're called CNTFAI again. They're no longer called the Iberian Federation. Okay. I'm not too sure why. For like one patch, I think for 0.22 they were called the Iberian Federation. I guess it's now, I think we're in what, 0.221? 0.22.1? It's a little strange, but anyways. Let's follow this with concentrated industry 2. Get that going. 110 on you. We will then do the VIN's land reform, just because it's way better than the Polish or the Polish one. Because all three of these are bad. All three of these I don't like. They're not helpful. So I'm kind of glad we could ignore them. kind of like just build another military factory in Kiev. You know what? Just build 2 military factories in Kiev. Once both of those are done, we might think about going back into getting some civilian factories going. Okay, Yunnan cliques in civil war. Democratic left is victorious in Brazil, which I believe means that they're probably going to go Montevideo Treaty with Uruguay and just kind of hang out and do nothing. Which is fine. But again, we prefer Brazil to be in the Reichspakt. Or even the Entente. But I don't know. I think only National Populist Brazil can actually join the Entente. I might be wrong on that, but I don't think I actually am. Okay, so once we've got the land reform, probably want to recognize Russia immediately for 5% stability, as well as a 20% political power gain. Because our political power is very bad. It's very, very bad. Okay, military's revolt in Paraguay. They've got National Populist, not a big deal at all. What about anyone else? Mexico's gone totalist, so they'll be completely isolationist. Which is good for us. It means they will not join the Internationale. So we have one socialist country right now in Nicaragua. The rest of them are all reactionary states. So you might see a 3 against 1, which is good, because again, it means they're not going to be socialist, and they'll hopefully join the Reichspakt, I believe. I don't know if they can actually... Maybe they can join the Entente. But as long as, again, they don't join the Reichs, or they don't join the Internationale, that's what I care about. Everything else doesn't matter so much. Okay, land reform. Let's recognize Russian language next. And then, of course, we'll establish a free... Actually, do we need all of them? Yes. Yeah, so we need both of these. I don't know why it's parts not following. So, I mean, I guess if you could theoretically get, like, this one and then get this one, that would also still count. Even though I think... I wonder what even is a free trade area with Ukraine. Okay. There is our Balkan War. I think I kind of... Again, the fact that both Bulgaria and Serbia will probably at some point join up with the Russians is bad. So I'm leaning towards we just don't send volunteers to anybody. Because again, this Veno is pro-Russian, which is bad. I think it says somewhere in here. I don't actually know where it says they're pro-Russian. But I'm like 99% sure this Veno coup is the pro-Russian party. I think we did one campaign somewhat recently where we helped Bulgaria win the we helped them win the Balkan War, and then they immediately ended up joining with Russia. Was it during Spain? Was it the Spain campaign? I don't quite remember. Okay, research lobby. 2 technologies. Let's go for construction. Seems good. Yeah, let's go construction with you. And then 38 is a little bit too expensive. We have research bonus here. Yeah, let's go with the 1936 aircraft. So we have a 40% research bonus due to all of our allies having these as well. Your job is going to be to push your way into Bessarabia whenever we end up going to war with Romania, which I'm sure will happen at some point. I don't know, actually, do we get claims on Bessarabia, or is it just when you go like nationalist that you get an alliance with them? Or what do you get claims, I should say? You can ban the VIN, which is the Conservative Party. Embargo Germany. Of course, when you embargo Germany, Germany gets the decision to attack you, which is bad. And then Russia will also get to attack you. And again, fighting the two-way front is not what I want to do. I do not want to be fighting two people at the exact same time. Definitely two people who are both stronger than me individually. Okay, so we got standoff in America. We'll see both what MacArthur chooses to do with his battle plan. And we'll also see if the Canadians decide to intervene in New England. I do feel like more recently, Canada has decided not to actually intervene in the American Civil War in terms of taking over New England. Okay, so we recognize Russian. Stability boost as well. So we're going to go from 0.45 to... Okay, we need to actually take a focus there. 0.45 to 0.84, so almost doubling our political power gain. I'm very happy with that. Get early mobilization, because war, I'm going to let you know, is definitely coming to Europe. Sooner rather than later. Okay, legation cities have completely collapsed. Yes, you're now just Shanghai. I think it's because you went bankrupt, right? I think that's why you guys collapse. Because right now you are led by the market liberals, which I believe is the American faction. Not that America is really in any place right now to enforce their mandate over them. Okay, left country's been annexed, shut on clique. Doing very, very well for themselves. Good for them, good for them. Yeah, so all of you units, you're just going to deploy onto Brown Army once you get the chance. Just wait on to personally assign you. India's at war party. You know what? A March 37 is actually very early for India to declare war. Oh, it's because they were already a war, but I'm surprised. This war is actually very early. You don't really see a 1937 Indian war. Usually, I think that's more like a 38. I think I've seen a one-time break-in like 1940. 18 days, 19 days. Then we do the coalition splits, succession crisis, grand coronation, and then immediately try to begin the recovery. Also, actually, what do we want to do? Request recovery aid. But if they say no, right? And a faction in Germany. Do tax, which is a penalty for us. Ability goes down. So this is taxation, or we just ask for, like, German assistance. But if Germany says no, can I still go down the tree, or is it lock me out? I'm not. That's a very strong CSA. So they've gone for, I think, what is it, War Plan West? You actually don't see MacArthur do that very often. I mean, specific states are basically a joke. But I mean, it gives the CSA just such a strong position, right? Like they have all of they've the Rust Belt, all of New England, all of New York State, New York City. They even have Washington D.C. Like that's a very strong CSA, an incredibly strong CSA. The American Union, I think, is weakened by the situation. Pacific States is weakened. But I really think the CSA is just stronger. Because I think, what is it? It's like War Plan Denver or something. Like, if I was playing with MacArthur right now, my first goal would probably just to be to rush down California ASAP. How many troops they have? 12 to 48? I mean, it's not nothing. I mean, it's an okay number, like, don't get me wrong. But it's just California. If you can just like navally invade behind and take like LA, San Diego, San Francisco, I think that's them basically dead. I don't even know if you at that point even need to take Sacramento. 8 days on you. There is a crisis going on in the Panama Canal. The Canadians have seized the canal for themselves. Ignore the resource penalty right now. The army's taking power in the Philippines. Okay. I still wish the Philippines had a focus tree. Like, the fact that every single time the American Civil War breaks out, we get an event about the Philippines, but yet they don't have a focus tree is wild to me. Okay, France is at war with the WWII Empire. They're not called the WWII Empire. They're not called Chad anymore. The free trade area with Ukraine. The new Ukrainian government has sought to reconstruct the economy by establishing a free trade area between the Ukraine and the Russian market. This virtual erasure of eye-watering tariffs and custom duties at the border would be a substantial boon for both our merchants and our industrialists. Furthermore, opening up a large agrarian Ukraine market to Russian importers, desperate to feed the austerity-hit masses in Russia's major cities, would massively boost our economy. So, I mean, Russia likes us quite a bit. The coalition's going to split very, very soon, and, you know, again, I want the monarchy to survive. I'm hoping I did not make a mistake by doing a coalition with a nationalist. But I'm assuming in the succession crisis we'll get a... We should hopefully get a little bit of leeway with what we can do. And we're not just forced on the one path because I decided to do the coalition here. Hopefully. Again, hopefully. That's how this is going to work. 35 political power. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting up to limited conscription. We could also go to personal mobilization, which I think I prefer to do first. Because right now, I mean, 300,000 manpower is just fine. You can also get another... Get some more. So, you know what? Go 3 more on this. Get up to 10. We're still missing a lot of guns, but now it's only going to take a year and a half. A substantial increase from fucking like 5 years or whatever it was. Okay, so again, 18 days succession crisis. By crisis, I mean question. I'm trying to, like, who actually is the heir to Ukraine? I don't quite remember. Who's actually also our advisor? Army chiefs a little expensive. Syndicalist revolutionaries. And you're all too expensive for me at the moment. Okay, so Switzerland has actually lost 2 states to France. This should mean that Switzerland will go national populist, which means that Switzerland will be essentially incredibly isolationist. They do have the ability to invade Austria, Italy, and the French, but I've never seen the AI actually do that. I'm trying to think. I think it's down... Yeah, reclaim the nation. Yes, it's done. Enemies on all sides. Government has failed. We'll see what Switzerland ends up doing. Because they can't join any factions. They're just kind of by themselves. I think our Switzerland campaign that we did... I don't even know when it was. I think we did do the National Populist path. It was a fun little time. Okay, so it's mid-37. I think it's going to be a good time for us to get our 38 bonuses here with our research bonus as well. And the coalition has split. And with the coalition crumbling into flames, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Answam. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not doing, thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.